Here is my audience. See if we get everybody. Okay. I am doing my speech of introduction on General George Patton, Jr. George Patton, Jr. was born November 11, 1885 in California. He grew up listening to his relatives talk about old stories of the American Revolution and the Civil War, so he just had his sights set on becoming a war hero. He eventually enrolled into Virginia Military Institute in 1904. His military life began, and he got his first taste of battle at Fort Bliss in 1915 along the Mexican border, and Patton was promoted to captain after personally shooting the Mexican leader during the Battle of Columbus. In 1917, during World War I, Patton was the first officer assigned to the new U.S. Tank Corps. He then became the leading expert in tank warfare. He earned the Distinguished Service Cross for heroism for his brilliant maneuvering of almost 350 tanks across the front line, and he also took a bullet to the leg during World War I. After the attack on Pearl Harbor, U.S. entered into World War II, where General George Patton hit his high point of his military career. In 1943, he used his daring assault and defense tactics to lead the 7th U.S. Army to victory at the invasion of Sicily. Then, on D-Day, President Eisenhower granted Patton the command of the 3rd U.S. Army. Under Patton's leadership, the 3rd U.S. Army swept across France, capturing town after town. Over the course of a 10-day march, Patton and his army had captured over 10,000 miles of enemy territory and liberated Germany from the Nazis in the process. He was nicknamed Old Blood and Guts due to his ruthless drive and apparent lust for battle. He then died in December of 1945. He broke his neck in a car crash and he died 12 days later. 2 years after his death, his memoir was released. It was called War as I Knew It. Also in 1970, they released the film it's called Patton. It gained 7 Academy Awards, and he was considered one of the most successful field commanders in the U.S. history.